TCN News is pleased to report the safe return of our Beijing Bureau Chief David Kendall, who was arrested by Chinese police in Tiananmen Square during a live broadcast on this program and held for questioning. He was expelled from China and is now in Taipei, the capital of Taiwan. David, good to have you out. What happened to you?
Thanks, Jim. It's good to be out. We were held for 24 hours in a detention cell and questioned extensively by People's Liberation Army interrogators. They didn't abuse us physically, but we were given the strong impression we were in danger. After a day of this, they bundled us on a plane and flew us to Hong Kong, telling us we were expelled. We caught the first flight to Taiwan, but I can tell you, it doesn't feel that much safer here than it did in Beijing. The populace in Taiwan is extremely nervous about the Chinese forces massing on the mainland just across the Taiwan Strait from here. Let me tell you officially what we have suspected for some days now. Marxist hardliner Li Peng has seized supreme power after a coup. There had been a power struggle since the death of Deng Xiaoping between Li Peng, Zheng Zemin, Deng's handpicked successor, and Senior Vice Premier Zhu Rongji.
Hold on a second, David. The graphics crew is trying to catch up with you. Okay.
Li has now ordered their arrest, and both Zheng and Zhu are apparently being hunted by the security police. Their whereabouts are unknown. Jim, we do know that the man who helped Li Peng seize power outright is General Yu Q Lee, the leader of a political faction that gained authority because it led the exploitation of rich oil reserves in Manchuria during the time of Mao. He and his clique of supporters, all hardliners who believe China must stand alone in the world, became known as the Petroleum Faction. Nobody in the West knows much about this Yu, but his name invokes some respect and a lot of fear in Beijing. The feeling here is close to panic.
Dr. Adrian Mann, is Taiwan doomed?
Jim, I believe the moment the Chinese forces have secured the Spratly Islands, if they can do that, they will move on Taiwan. It's a delicate catch-22, Jim. China needs to protect its northern shipping lanes to resupply the forces around the Spratlys. So it needs to take Taiwan for strategic reasons as well as national pride. But it can't move until American forces are neutralized in the Spratlys. So my guess is they will stay on the Chinese mainland, rattling their sabers until the situation in the Spratlys is resolved.
As we speak, Taiwan's President Lee Teng-hui moves his country's military to defend their precious independence. Across now to Sally Jarvis on the USS Independence. Sally, how is the military situation right now in the Spratlys?
Jim, the previous mood of optimism, the sense that we were approaching the end game, has started to evaporate. We hear that there is a fleet of surface ships heading towards the Spratlys from mainland China.